Alright, so what's going on there, YouTube? So, boy, do we got some juicy news about the new killer coming to Dead by Daylight. Yes, we already know. Old news, right? It's already, God, 1:43 a.m. in the morning, so I'm a little bit late to make this video. But yes, we all know Ghostface is coming to Dead by Daylight. It's been leaked like almost 24 hours ago now. Um, but there's a difference here. I have maybe some juicy information that the media hasn't seen but myself, and I'm sharing it to you guys. I could be wrong. There's probably other people that have dug around the files and found their own shit, but I am presenting what I found that I have not found on YouTube or on Reddit and presenting it to you guys. So, I'm going to tell you how I acquired the developer build because obviously it got patched within 4 or 5 minutes after it was released, so pretty crazy shit that they were able to patch it that quickly, but you know, damage is already done. Either this was a deliberate leak, we don't know. You know, they're saying that, oh, this was done deliberately to gain hype. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking about how I acquired the developer build in case you guys want to do your own pilfering. It does require that you at least have the game, but and it also requires, or how it goes is that you basically download the developer build through the Steam database because it's actually still stored on the Steam database, so you can still download it through that way. So, like I said, it's like damage is already done, you know, you can still download it. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about the animations for Ghostface. That includes his Mori. I went ahead and ported all the, or at least the most interesting animations from the game onto Ghostface, and I ported them into Unity, textured them up, so you guys will be able to see what he looks like with some of his animations. Let's see, and then we're going to talk about the upcoming event that will probably be happening soon because it's going to be Dead by Daylight's 3rd anniversary. So, yeah, that's going to be very interesting to talk about. So then we're going to talk about maybe some of the cosmetics, not per se which ones are going to be coming out or what types or whatever, but it's the potential of how many will be coming out when this DLC drops. So, yeah, we can get right into this. I also ported over some of the main menu music that will be coming out with the DLC killer. So that includes the event DLC music and the killer's DLC music. I might have the names asked backwards since they're encrypted in like numbers. I don't really know which one is which, so I could be totally wrong from my perception of which one sounds like the Ghostface one and which one sounds like the event one. So you guys take your pick on which is going to be used for that menu music. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into this shit. Alright, so many of you are going to want to know how I acquired the developer build, and this is the way. So, I got this crazy idea. I was like, well, fuck, I couldn't get, I blew my chance of basically acquiring that developer build so I can pilfer around. Well, then the idea dawned on me, well, there's ways of downloading old versions of video games through the Steam database, and so I figured, well, maybe that developer build has actually been saved on the database, and well, lo and behold, what I have highlighted here is the developer build for Dead by Daylight. So if you go under like app ID and then you go under like the manifest, this is basically all the current builds that have been pushed to the game, as goes as far as literally when the very first build was available, and you can even download the very first build as long as as long as you have the game, you can download any of these builds and just look at from where the progress of where we were to where we are now. It's pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, so you basically, I'm not going to show you how to do this yourselves. There's plenty of YouTube videos on how to download old versions of Steam games, but this is basically the same method that you would use for that, whatever video it is that you find. So, Steam database, have fun, pilfer around. You might even find some shit that I didn't find. Have at it. So let's go ahead and go into the Ghostface animations that I went ahead and ported over. These took me quite a while to do, so hopefully you guys appreciate them. I will, you know, I basically textured up Ghostface. I attached each individual animation to them, and so these are the results that we get. So we'll go ahead and start off with this animation sequence here. So we're gonna go ahead and hit play. And so this is the stock crouch animation. So as you're basically crouching, kind of like the pig, and you're stalking somebody, this is the animation that will play, or what survivors will see. And basically, if you're not stalking anybody and you're just crouch running, this is what you're gonna see. And then we know that Mr. Ghostface here likes to play peekaboo, I guess, and so you're able to actually crouch around corners here, and this is what it looks like when he's peeking while crouching. And this is what it looks like when he's peeking while standing. And this is what it looks like when he's stalking while walking. This is what it looks like when he is basically kind of jogging. I believe this is also when he's stalking, but I could be wrong. Or sorry, this is stalking, and this is just kind of a jog. I'm really not too sure what this animation actually quite was. Let me see if I highlighted what I named it as. Kind of forgotten. Yeah, so this is just a walk forward animation. So maybe you have the option of either walking or running. I'm unsure. But this is basically his, I think his stock run maybe? Let me see what I labeled this one as. So this is his walk stealth front. So this is what it looks like when he's basically walking and stealthing. I don't know what the difference between stealth and stock is, but that's just what I read in the animation sequences when I was pilfering through U-model. So we have stealth and stock. I don't know what quite the difference is going to be, so it's going to be interesting once we get our hands on them, I guess. And this is just him when he runs. I'm assuming this is what it's just going to be like when he just runs at you and tries to basically bitch slap you. So, and this is his blade wipe. So this is what it's going to look like when he hits you and he wipes his blade. And now for the juicy bits, the Mori. So he kind of stabs him a few times, pushes that in, grabs him it looks like, and he pulls out a cell phone, takes a picture of him, and then he kind of texts it to his friend and then puts it away. Takes the knife out, gets back up. At least that's what I'm getting out of this. I didn't port over the death animation for the survivors. I just wanted to focus on Ghostface in general, but it kind of looks like he grabs him by the hair maybe, or something. Maybe he stabs him in the back. I think that's actually what it is. So he grabs him by the hair, maybe lifts him up, and then he takes a picture with, kind of like a selfie with both of you guys in it, and then he sends it to like whoever that is. That's actually kind of funny, honestly. So, yeah, he probably starts off like stabbing him in the back. That's what I figure. The survivor's on the floor. It makes sense because when you down a survivor, they're on their stomach. So that's probably what I figure. And yeah, so that's the animations for Ghostface, at least the interesting ones that I found in any way. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning up on him as far as like making these little cloth strips move and things like that with physics and all that. And I'm going to be porting them over to my Dead by Daylight entity realm for avatars. In case you guys play VR chat or anything like that, I do have a avatar realm where you can actually play as a lot of the Dead by Daylight killers. I've ported over almost every single main camper and slasher. For my recurring subscribers or viewers, you guys already know this stuff, so I'm not going to get too much into detail with that. So I have videos already on that. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the event. Or, well, I guess before we talk about the event, I'll show you guys the cell phone that I was talking about that Ghostface uses, since I know the model. This is going to be the model he pulls out when he pulls out that cell phone, so I'm assuming that's probably the camera. Kind of looks like a little flip phone from like late 90s, early 2000s. I think you can kind of go up in there too. I'm pretty sure this probably has, oh, well, there you go, 3 bones, so this actually flips up, so that's cool. Alright, again, so we're going to talk about the event. So the event, why I'm naming this an event, because it has proof that it's called the 3rd anniversary, so as the event name, or at least what I'm assuming is going to be the event name, something like that. We got leaks of these charms by some user on Reddit. Sorry, I can't remember your name, but all credit goes for you for leaking these images. So we found some images of charms, and we don't really quite know what the fuck these charms are, but they have something to do with the event coming up. And let me go ahead and unplay this so we don't fuck with that anymore. So if we go into the models here, we have chains and charms. Now these chains, one's going to be for the hooks for slashers, and one of them's going to be for the survivors. And the chains look something pretty much like this. and then they just get smaller as you go more further up. And I'm assuming that these chains are hooked up to these charms that we're gonna see right here. So here's a cake charm. This one might be um, attached to maybe the killer's charm on the hook. I'm still unaware of what these quite do, but I'm assuming that these are actually hooked up onto the hook. And then for the survivors, these are the survivor charms. I could totally be wrong about this. I don't know. I don't know what any of these do. There's not really a whole lot of information, at least from what I've dug around and looked. But it kind of throws me off a little bit since it's code named under Oman, and Omen is, you know, the code name for Ghostface. So, but if we look at where's it at? If we look under textures, though, under charms, we see 3rd anniversary here. And 3rd anniversary, well, how many years has Dead by Daylight been out now? So 2016, all right, now let's go 2017, 2018, and now 2019, and that is the 3rd year that Dead by Daylight has been out. So it only makes sense that this is going to be an event for the upcoming game, or sorry, it's going to be an event for the game, sorry. So chains, these are just the textures for those, and so, yeah. So that's that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the potential cosmetics, or at least how many are going to be in the game. And of course, I did not have it opened. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 placeholder banners with no images. So one of these is probably going to be for the Ghostface banner. 2 of these are going to be for the pig cosmetics that we saw. Now that leaves 4 potential openings for cosmetics. So we have about 4 cosmetics that are going to be split between probably some other killers or some other survivors. I did not find any other evidence of more licensed cosmetics in the files. I did not see any evidence of any other cosmetics that are in the files. I didn't look through every single one of them, but I was just looking at a few of the basic ones, and I didn't find any traces of anything. That includes Leatherface, that includes Michael Myers, I was looking at Jake, I was looking at David, other than the same shit that we already have, that I've had for quite a few patches now. So, yeah. Hopefully it's more licensed killer cosmetics. I'd like to see a 2018 Michael Myers cosmetic, but that's just me. So let's go ahead and talk about the main menu music here. So I guess we can just minimize this. Now, like I said, or at least I think I've said this already, so the Scream main menu music could be the event main menu music, or it could be vice versa. The Scream can be the event, and the event could be the Scream. I'm not sure, but I'm just labeling these as what my perception sounds like what these are going to be. But either way, these are going to be part of the new DLC main menu musics. So let's go ahead and have a listen. Alright guys, and that's pretty much all that I have for you. It's not the greatest leaks in the world, but this is what I found personally. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I have a great passion for this game. I love all things horror, and I will love talking to you guys about this stuff. So, hope you guys have a good one, and don't let the killer catch you.